and what you get out of that reading.
So again, my name's Hallie.
Hey, Hallie.
I am somebody. So my parents divorced. My dad joined a religious cult, and I am I really got spirituality and religion confused for a long time, and I didn't pray for years until I got really really desperate, and that was a blessing in itself. So I remember really my first connection with God was I had been homeless, and I was uh, 302 to Fairmount Psychiatric Hospital. I showed up there, no shoes. I had been wandering around Kensington. It was pouring rain, and I was so grateful for that bed. I literally just hit my knees and thanked God. I thanked the Lord, and I just felt an inner peace. Like I felt like God was had been with me. I knew God had been with me all that time, and that I was going to be okay. And something that I do in terms of prayer, like like every morning I keep it really simple. Every morning I'm like, Lord, I open my eyes, thank you. Just help me get through this day. Help me not pick up. Throughout the day, I shoot up prayers of thanks, or just like I pray with I I I pray with conviction, because I have to do that to believe. So I'm like, Lord, take this anxiety from me. I know that you will. Take this depression. I know you can. Here, take it. And it works. It works. Like my Lord takes it. My Lord takes care of me. My Lord is always there. Always. And at night I hit my knees and I'm like, thank you, God. And throughout the day I also sometimes so I have a little table in my house in the hallway, and it has like special things that I keep, like that I cherish. And there's a little jar with my son's handprint on it, and I have like little scraps of paper, and I just write like words of inspiration on it throughout the day if I'm home, and I fold up the paper and I put it in the jar. And if I'm ever feeling depressed, or I'll go in and I'll pick up a piece of paper and I'll read it, and I'm like, okay. At some point in time, I felt inspired enough to, so I'm not, it's not hopeless. I'm not never gonna feel this way. I will feel this way again. I'm not so fucked up that it's totally hopeless. So I really try to stay connected with my God. That's all I have to share. That's what it made me feel.
Good food. How much time y'all clean?
How much time I clean?
Yeah.
I've been clean since the 9th of June of this year.
Hey, all right. All blessed.
All right.
All right, come on.
Good morning, everybody. I'm DeAndre. I'm definitely at it.
Hey, DeAndre.
Probably definitely me. First and foremost, I want to give thanks to God, as I always do. And it's really a privilege to be here with you today in this session. And I'm hoping that we can get to where we're trying to get to today, because we be having a lot going on with our board. But to break the ice and to get everybody, comfortable and in a little more intimate setting, I always start off with the rose, the thorn, and the bud. And the rose, the thorn, and the bud is the road for me, and I always keep it on me, so that hopefully someone can, relate to where I'm going at with this. My rose is my success, being in this process, allowing God to work in my life, just being part of this organization, giving back what was so freely given to me, and just being in service. That's my success. My thorn, of course, are things that I need to deal with more, things that are still, in my life that I haven't quite dealt with yet, because this thing is a daily routine, and it's things like my self-inventory I have to do on a regular basis. Excuse me. And my bud, of course, is my new ideals, my new way of thinking, my new way of looking at things, changing my perspective, and getting a bigger picture now. and that's how my life is being guided this time around. I relapsed several times due to the fact that I I didn't want to surrender to anything. I didn't want to give in. I thought surrendering to me, where I come from, was a lack of no, it was a lot. It was weak, a sense of weakness. Poor choice of words. I'm going to use it. It was a sense of weakness because the parents that raised me always raised me with, men don't cry, men don't ask for help, men stand on their own 2 feet. All of those things. Because I come from an older generation. My parents that raised me were a lot older. Not my mother and dad, but my aunt and my uncle, which were a lot older, and they come from a whole different, upbringing. So my upbringing was set in that, and then I took it from there. So this morning, that's why I said I try to open up the thorn in the bud, so people can feel more comfortable, and they can get things out that they're struggling with. So, with no further ado, let's get started. Can I get someone who wants to go first with their thorn? I mean, their rose, their thorn, and it doesn't. And just before we even get started, there is no wrong answer. You don't have to sit there and beat yourself. I want to make sure I say this right or whatever. You say what you feel. You know what I'm saying? And we keep it really simple.
I'm trying, but this is my first time doing it. I've never done it before. The
Okay.
rose, the thorn, and the bud you do?
Yes.
Or you pick one? You do all
I mean, you can do it in any order you want.
The rose is, what is it, success?
The rose would be your success. The thorn would be your challenges, your barriers that you're dealing with. And your bud would be your new ideals, new way of thinking.
Okay. With, what is it again? Addiction or recovery or everything?
Yeah, I mean, whatever you want. I mean, whatever to you is your success. Whatever to you is your thorn.
Healing or anything?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, this right here
rose?
is me. That's him over there. I got this little. He left me with this little section right here.
The rose, I guess for me, the success would be, I guess, gratitude. I realize gratitude, part of the meaning for gratitude is returning kindness. So that connects big. I'm starting to be thankful for things. I'm starting to see some light. I'm not making excuses that are going to turn into unhealthy choices, unhealthy things in my life, and an unhealthy lifestyle. I may have to go back 2 years to where I lost my way and lost my faith and everything. But I still feel good about it and that and being clean and everything. I'm looking forward to really having some time clean and going back to school and getting my life going somewhere that I wanted to go. While another big success is I realized I don't have to worry about deserving a drink or a puff or a smoke or whatever, or drugs or alcohol. I don't have to worry about deserving it. And when I do that, everything clears up. And it kind of feels like it can go hand in hand with, you don't have to be high and drunk to celebrate. You don't have to be high and drunk to party. You don't have to be high and drunk on the weekends. The nightlife, paradise, the game, the whole lifestyle. And it feels good knowing that. And it makes me a stronger person to realize that, or to give it that, and to have that in me is the better person, the better way to be able to be sober and clean, and not have to feel forced. And I'm not going to be stuck being forced to be high and drunk to be cool or to make other people happy. I don't have to worry about pleasing other people, and it really helps to know that and to have that in me and feel that. guess one of the barriers could be my family and friends, people I used to know, people who I grew up with. Those will be thorns. But I know you're supposed to hate your family the most.
Mm.
If anybody's hating on me because I am clean or because I don't want to get high and drunk with them, I could just hate them. My loved ones. But really, I don't want to. Another thorn barriers would be just that I don't want to lose. You don't want to give up. It feels like you're not supposed to give up in life, so it's kind of hard to say I'll never get high or drunk again. But you know, I'm gonna go as long as I can. And if I like being sober and clean, I like being sober and clean. And I'm always gonna be able to know and remember that when it comes down to it, I don't have to. Even if I'm not happy in life, or when I'm trying to figure out, you know, what I want to do with myself, what I'm gonna do tonight, or what I'll do this weekend, or having fun, I'm not gonna have to worry about whether I deserve the drugs and alcohol. And when I don't factor that in, I don't give it room to let that disease in and that toxic life and that unhealthy stuff, and it's not gonna get me. So
Okay.
that's one.
All right, brother.
Got your bud.
The bud, new ideas. Well, I kind of have one on new ideas. I mean, through the deserving stuff. I guess probably worth. I feel more worthy. I'm probably gonna go with self-worth more. I'm thinking I'm gonna lay off righteousness. Quit being a self-righteous dude. I might even get a prick that says nothing's ever good enough, nothing's anywhere close, everybody doesn't know, and really everybody knows, you know, we want the best. We do our best, and, you know, people deserve credit for getting the job done and things coming out right the way they do. And even if life is hard or the world's still nasty sometimes, or dark, messed up, hopefully I can, you know, not just blame the world and maybe focus on finer points. So I was saving it later, but I guess I can focus on finer points and work on myself in a way that will definitely foolproof me and keep me from having problems, rather than saying that nobody fucking has it, nobody knows what they're talking about, and the world is disgusting and broken. You know? When I'm not sure what it is supposed to be. What is it? I mean, some people say it's an effed up world, dark, and you know, it beats you up, breaks you down. Maybe the system does. I'm not sure what it is though in God's eyes, but I'd like it to be a beautiful world. But you know what I say? We don't want a disgusting world. We don't want to trade a beautiful world for a disgusting world. But I know you're not supposed to love things of this world and stuff. It's supposed to be the spirit, but I'm just not sure how much.
Okay, brother.
We'll figure it out.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
All right. How much time you got clean?
I got over 3 months, over 100 days.
All right. God bless you.
Again, my name's DeAndre. For those that just came in, I'm definitely addict. Problem's always been me. I'm talking about the rose, the thorn, and the bud. Just to recap real quickly for those that just came in, the rose is my success. The thorn is my barriers, my challenges, and my bud is my new ideals, new way of thinking, new things I'm putting in place to help me combat that disease that I battle with.
Okay.
So you know, just for the people that just walked in, who wants to go next? Who wants to give their spin on the wheel?
My rose is coming here.
Okay.
And then it's what?
your thorn, which would be your challenges,
My
barriers.
challenges, because I just relapsed. So, the fact that I can't use, no matter what.
No matter what.
And what's the next one?
It would be your bud. That'd be your new ideals.
My new idea is to stay strong and know that I can't just do one or I can't use anymore. It's like period, and no way, shape, or form can I use. You know, um,
Shirt. Thank you.
within like no matter what the situation is no need to use. That's what I want to say.
How much time y'all clean?
A week yesterday.
Hey,
Hey. Yeah, they tell us like for us 1 day clean is a miracle, the literature says, and I firmly believe that because I was the same type of person, and I'm in a place now where guys are constantly doing just that, and they're justifying it, they're minimizing, they're not talking about the real nature of it all, the root of it. That's what Derek talks about all the time. And all I can be to them is support. They're my brothers. I support them, and I just tell them like at the end of the day, I've never done just one, so I would just be mind effing myself. I don't want to curse for you. I would just be effing myself if I said I could do one, because I've done one enough, and it's not the third, the fourth, or the fifth one. It's always the first one. You know what I mean? And once I get past that feeling, that emotion, then I'm on the right lane. You know what I'm saying? So congratulations for your days clean, and just stay the course.
Thank you.
Keep it simple. Stay in the day. Anyone else? Anybody want to give a shot at their rose, their thorn, their bud?
I will.
Okay.
So my rose is my family, my little boy, another day clean. The thorn is mental health. For me, all my mental health. For me, my depression and anxiety always precedes a relapse. So I usually will reach a point where the mental health gets so bad that I pick up. And then the bud of my new ideas to take care of myself so I can be the best mom, the best daughter, the best sister, the best aunt, the best person that I can be. Don't neglect myself. Stay on top of the things that I need to be well.
Yeah.
Thanks for saying
Beautiful.
that.
Thanks.
And of course, none of this happens overnight, y'all. For me, I always try to keep it on me in hopes that someone can relate to where I'm going at, what I'm talking about. Is because I never really ever kept it on me. I always try to shed the light somewhere else because I was always into something else, and I didn't want that light to hit me because I didn't want no one like doing my inventory or calling me out on something. So I would automatically get defensive. I would automatically start being combative. All the things that I did were to justify my use and to keep me, in that what's that wheel?
Cycle.
Yeah, in that cycle, on that wheel, that Ferris wheel that the gerbils be on, and that would just keep me on that wheel. And I didn't want to come off of it because at the end of the day, I still wanted to get high, but I wanted to get high. I wanted to do it successfully because I wanted to prove that I could beat this thing. And I wanted to be, like Guinness Book of World Record, first person to beat the drug addiction. You know what I'm saying? And that was my sick thinking because I was sick, man. I was sick because I would rationalize things that didn't make any sense. And then now today I can sit back and I can listen to people who try to rationalize stuff, and I can reach out to them and say, bro, that don't even sound right. Take a moment and think about what you just said. because that's crazy. It's insane. I was insane, and I would sit there and I would try to make sense of it, but it was just no way. But because I didn't want to give in and I didn't want to surrender, I kept myself sick. I didn't need no one else to keep me sick. I could keep myself sick, with my sick thinking. And then on top of that, a lot of times I tell when we speak in rehabs or I speak anywhere, some of us, this is the cleanest we're ever going to be besides a newborn baby. You know what I'm saying? This is the cleanest we're ever going to be. So, for me to watch some of my fellow friends who go out, who get real clean, and they take one hit, a lot of them, they've died just off of one. So now, I think in the back of my mind, like, damn, if I do one, that might be the one, But then again, it might not be that one. But that there again, I might as well go to Vegas with all the money I got in my pocket and put it on black to win, on red to win. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm doing. I'm gambling everything I got right then and there. You know what I'm saying? So when I talk about this process, I talk about everyday challenges that we experience. Gambling, driving. I keep this disease in the rearview mirror because I need to be able to look forward, because what happens when you take your eyes off the road? You end up crashing. You end up running into something. So I keep this disease in the rearview mirror, so when I'm driving or I'm getting ready to get one of them sick ideals, I look up in that mirror and I remember where I just came from, because I don't want to go back. That means I got to put that car in reverse, which doesn't make any sense either. I'm going down the highway. Why would I put it in reverse? And I'm looking at what's behind me. I don't want to go backwards. You know what I mean? Unless I have to back up and look at that, back up to look at what I just came from. And I don't want to back up to go back where I just came from. So I keep it in the rearview mirror. All those cliches like that, keeps me, on board, keeps me focused, and then seeing my fellow men that fall by the wayside because my dad died, so I went and got high. Okay, he's still dead. Not to be inappropriate to him, but that's how I talk to my brothers. I said, bro, he's still dead. You ain't got high. He didn't come back. He's still dead. So now you done set yourself back. You got to start all over. Now you feel like crap. So what have you done? You did not cause that man to turn over his grave. I used my dad for the longest time. And then it was to my ex-wife said, babe, when the fuck is you gonna let that man rest? And you got him in heaven, hell, wherever he's at, going through hell again, worrying about you. Because you keep using him as an excuse to keep going back to your drug. So when are you gonna stop using him, and when are you gonna start taking accountability for your behavior? When are you gonna start accountability that this drug is not working? It keeps you going back and forth. So I don't want to take over the thing, but it's just the emotion I'm feeling right now because I'm dealing with that where I'm at, and the guys are coming in where I'm at with all types of excuses. I mean, there's no excuse that we ain't already heard. So it's just like, wow, he really wants somebody to believe that shit. He don't even believe it, And I sit there and I told my guys this morning, I said, damn man, I got a buddy here. He used because his dad died. He was still using before his dad even died. So now, it's just, then I got the other one who said he used, and then he came in, and then he wants to get mad with the staff person because he got mad because he came into an environment where everybody's clean and you're high. So now he wants to get upset because the guy's talking to him some type of way. Feelings, emotions, all types of things. How do we combat that?
Filter it out, bro.
What you say, brother?
If you too much emotions in the room, probably try to filter it out in a way, a sensible tone. That's what I would do. That's you. You're on the floor, bro.
Right.
That's you. You're correct.
We use over our feelings. I didn't realize that's what it was. I just used because I wanted to. I just got tired and I, you know.
I don't know if you were sick, but yeah, I'll go smoke a blunt. I'll go smoke a hell yeah, you know. That's how they said it to me. That's what got me hooked. That's why I'm stuck in such a negative position as I am now. You know, it's the same way I am now. So you, like you said, is right. Though. There's a lot of the emotions in the world today that sometimes get you on the wrong track. There's got to be some kind of way to change it around, like you were saying. I don't know, but I'm still here. I'm still learning.
Right. And there's nothing wrong with that. They said, and I took a couple classes, a couple courses, you know, in my process of doing this, and they tell us we burn up receptors in our brains with a lot of these drugs. A lot of these drugs burn out receptors. Some of these receptors don't repair themselves.
I hear stories.
Some of them, huh?
I hear stories like half of what you said, half about like in the world from other people I really know. So you take that one hit, you don't know what's gonna happen. Like you say, oh, I got one hit. Well, that's your problem.
No. Go ahead.
I'm just saying that. It all comes into place somehow. It all comes down to it. It's like you know enough to smoke, but you just know how to say drug free. I'm drug free. I'm drug free.
Well, let me get a consensus from the room. Who loves being sober? Who loves being sober?
I do because that way you don't pick up.
Can I say something about?
Well, let me ask him how much time he got first. How much time you got first, brother? And what's your name?
Yeah, I got a month. But yeah.
No, we're not concerned about that. Just, you know, like I said, one day clean is a miracle.
Yes, it is.
Is it 30 days?
How long is it before you're actually sober? After one day, or take a while for your body to get sober up?
It all depends.
What you got now?
It all depends what you're using. And sometimes, you know, they tell us it takes a year for your body, for your brain to actually get back in functional, you know, actual function properly. It takes a year. They give it a year for almost everything. They tell you don't get in a relationship for a year. They tell you it takes a year for your brain to heal properly. But if we're steady putting chemicals in our bodies throughout them years, we ain't nothing but pushing the numbers. We're not doing no more than just pushing the numbers.
See, all that unhealthy shit to come around in different ways.
So I'm really glad that you touched on the topic of like the first one, because the reason I ended up here in this group is because so in late May I got out of Bowling Green. I had gotten out of a treatment center, and they had taken me practically off of my medication, and I was medically unstable when I got out of the treatment center, but I didn't say anything to anybody. I said I was fine, and I left the treatment center because I just wanted to get out. And after about 2 weeks of suffering at home, I decided to get one bag, and I ended up overdosing in the bathroom. My mom had a Narcan me, and so they rushed me to the hospital, and I woke up and the state police had handcuffed me to my hospital bed from a 3-year-old bench warrant. And so I spent a month in jail, and I'm here because I'm court ordered to be here, but I feel so blessed and so lucky that I survived that, because I have never, it was one bag. It was one fucking bag. And that has never happened to me before. And I don't even, that had been the first bag that I had done actually in years. And I was so uncomfortable that I thought, let me just do this. And it wasn't, in my sick mind, it wasn't even a big deal. But that nearly cost me my life. So you really never know, especially now, what is being passed on the street as, what you thought was, what you thought something was, a couple years ago is not what it is now. You don't know. People are dying so rapidly now from this shit. It's insane. So, even though I am court ordered to be here, I feel incredibly blessed because that just one nearly cost me everything, my life, and I've never come that close before. So the consequences for me, and I've said this before in this group, keep coming instantly. When I relapse, the consequences are right there. Rather than before, when I was younger, I could linger on and keep getting high a little bit for several months, and you know, it's and I was never the kind of addict who like partied or with other people. I've always been a real selfish addict and used by myself or like with one other person because I want it all to myself. I want it all. Yeah, I want all the drugs to myself. I don't want to fucking share them with you. And it's I've said that before. So yeah, but that one, I'm glad that you touched on that because it's the first one. It's the first one that always, and that the first one has set me on, been set me on, been for years that I said I'll do just one, and then cut two fucking years later, and I'm still on that just one. I'm still on that one, and I'm still smoking that one, and it's 2 fucking years later.
Well, I'm gonna say this. Y'all probably gonna laugh. Me, I'm gonna show up at the spot and I'm gonna tell the guy, "Can I get my crack without fentanyl?" Like I'm ordering something at McDonald's.
Right.
I don't want the pickles or the onions, but can I get my crack without fentanyl, please? Like they're gonna actually go in the bag or they're gonna go somewhere and go through it and sort through it and see if this one got fentanyl or it don't. Come on, Blue, think rational now.
Can you grab me a Rose and Choy on your way?
Yeah,
Right.
you know, irrational shit. This is my thinking. But like I said, the cleanest that we're ever gonna get, and a lot of times we don't realize our bodies are changing. A lot of us aren't spring chickens, so we don't heal as quick, and our runs aren't as long. I know my runs have got short, cause I mean my runs used to be a week, a month. Now, poor me, one day, and I'm in rehab for 50. Do the math. You know what I mean? Realistically, do the math. I get high for one day, and I'm in rehab for 50.
One day.
Bitching, crying, and moaning. What the hell happened? How did I get here? But I did one night, and I ended up rehab.
And the one night was so shitty. The crack wasn't even good.
Yeah, well, it don't even be about that after a while. It just be about the whole obsession of it, the whole compulsion of it. And now I'm screwed. Now I gotta listen to someone else tell me what to do. I gotta tell a person, gotta tell me when to go eat. All of this because I wanted that one night of fame, you know. And now I gotta take orders for 40 to 50 days. You know what I mean? And then I'm feared to walk out because if I walk out, I know I ain't got a program. I ain't got no real tools. Because if I had them, I wouldn't have picked up that one night. I would have called somebody. I would have got in touch with somebody. I would have laid out the ground rules and got some help. But now I want to grab my bag and walk out the door with 10 days in or a weekend and knowing that I don't have a program and I ain't got nothing in place. But I'm going to convince myself that I'm well enough to go back out to shoot myself in the foot again. And if I'm lucky, I'll make it back. If I'm lucky. I didn't mean that he's got some other stuff, but I just wanted to get that off my chest, man, with you guys today, because this is me. This is who I am. This is what I suffer with. And if I don't do daily inventory with this up here, this head of mine, I'll talk myself into almost anything. You know what I mean? I can talk myself into almost anything.
I do that too. I mean, the biggest mistake of my life is tell myself, oh, you're right about this. I still trying to think about what I'm right about. And I don't get anything out of it. So I realize, well, what else do I do? Just sample with drugs, experiment with crack, cocaine.
I got a couple things I'm gonna say, and then he's gonna take over. But listen to this. Stay in the day. Keep it simple.
Yeah.
And stop canceling yourself.
Yeah, I do that so much.
Yeah, I mean, stop canceling yourself. Get you a real counselor. Get you a real therapist.
Oh, I do that all the time.
And then stop canceling. See, I usually don't do nobody's inventory, but it seems like you guys living on the outside coming in. So stop the counseling yourself and get a real counselor and use them, utilize them for what they are for you. And don't listen to the guy who stays next door, who's still doing his thing, and let him talk you into doing your thing, and he giving you all kinds of irrational thoughts, you know, all those things. Get some professionals in your life. We deal with mental health, so now there's no drugs. Now we're dealing with mental health, because like I said before, a lot of us have some circuits that have not reconnected yet, and they're still repairing themselves. And as long as we keep using during our process, we're continuously damaging them more and more. And when it comes time to repair, then we wonder why we're doing this. Yeah, we wonder why our arm is jumping and we can't keep our arms still, or we talking compulsively and we can't slow down, and we're wondering where all this comes from. It's coming from the neurological part of our brain that hasn't connected yet because of whatever we consumed. It burnt it out and it hasn't repaired itself fully. I don't have a PhD, but I've been in the trenches, and I know what I'm suffering from, and I'm sure if anyone else in here can comply to what I'm going through, or it got the same, behaviors and the same sense of issues I'm dealing with, then you probably got the same problems I got. My shit ain't repaired, it's still fixing itself. So I appreciate you guys listening.
When you're on your phone in here, that probably doesn't help get your message across. When you're on your
Well, see, guess what? You know what? I've learned that no matter what someone's doing, I keep going the course. Because see, if I stop,
show that you're really involved in your process when you're attentive.
yeah, absolutely. See, that's where me on this side, that's telling you I'm being, because I'm giving the message. It's just up to the people to receive it. I did my part.
Exactly. That's what.
Well, I heard you, even though my phone was through.
Oh, she's talking about. Oh, okay.
No, she was not. I didn't say anybody specifically. If you felt as though it was directed to you, then you need to.
So I directed it. I said what I said.
I certainly wasn't talking to you.
Okay, it's okay. We still got an opportunity to get this thing right.
All right, I thank
All
God.
right.
I thank God for last night's
Thank
rest,
y'all.
this morning rise. Thank God for His grace and His mercy.
Thank you.
Grace is always giving me what I don't deserve, and mercy is not giving me what I do deserve. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. How everybody doing?
All right.
All right. Come on.
I gotta say this, cause you said something that really touched me. I have an addict in my life and they started using again, because their mom died 2 years today. And I'm saying the same thing, it's not bringing her back. Go ahead, mute, it's not bringing her back, she is still dead. It doesn't matter how much you use, because they got their coping skills and they didn't have that much time clean. Another friend of mine has 30 years clean. Her daughter was hit by a hit and run drunk driver. She did not pick up because
Wow.
she had that time and she's got coping skills and she's not gonna use that as an excuse. She keeps going on. I'm actually trying to get her to come speak here. No offense, Dick, or I think her because
Thanks for sharing that.
Good.
like,
Good.
what you're gonna use it as excuse? Oh, I broke my nail. I'm gonna use. I told my group today, I came in a horrible mood. They're probably like, oh, bad. But I owned it. I told them I'm not using. I just had stuff happened over the weekend. And I'm glad I came here for the group because they really we had some couple laughs and put me in a bed. But I'm not gonna use over it. So it's what coping skills do you have? How much time do you have? Because it doesn't. We're talking about coping skills. If you got a problem, now you're gonna have a bigger problem when you use. So, but right, it's like it's not gonna bring them back. They're dead. They're done.
Can I just say, hit something off of that? My sister is 18 years, August 17th, and her son still gets high and blames it on that term. It's been 18 years. See, I'm tired of hearing that. I don't want to hear that shit anymore. Your mom would be disgusted if she was alive and seeing how it's going on. And his two brothers are doing amazing. They're doing great. They have a family. They don't get high. They work. Just him. He loves that heroin. Thank God I never did it. And he just keeps thinking that getting high is the answer, and I, you know, I think at this point, it's a disgrace to my sister
Yeah.
I was-
to keep losing it, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I
I'm
was
tired
just
of
gonna
it.
say too, a lot of times the people that we are grieving and we get high over and stuff, they, that's the last thing they would wanna see.
Exactly.
That's the
Yeah.
last thing that the people
Key
Exactly.
point.
that we're getting high over
Fact.
would want us to be doing. So you're really spitting in their face by
Yeah.
getting high over some stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then you know what I told Derek. I mean, forgive me, Derek. You know, I said, okay, basketball players think about basketball, football players think about football. People who use drugs think about drugs. What about people who never use drugs? How do they deal? When me and Derek are doing some stuff now, we're trying to get some people that have never used drugs, who have consequences, have repercussions, have potholes in their life, and we want to talk to them to see how they deal with life without drugs. So we're doing some research on that now, and so that we can bring that to the groups. Like, because a lot of times people use over crisis, over past experiences, and all types of stuff like that. So we're trying to get that implemented now to talk to some people who've never used drugs. I got a cousin, she's been through the wash, but she's never used drugs. And I want to really ask her, how do you do it? How did you do it? You know what I mean?
Fascinating. Like I don't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're fine. Go
I
ahead.
have a cousin, she and I are really close, and she is the type who, and she's done drugs like here and there, but she's nowhere
To an
addict.
extreme.
Right, but like she could be prescribed pain pills for her tooth, and they will be in her medicine cabinet for years. That shit blows my mind. How has she not taking them or selling them is really
Baffling, right?
it baffles me.
That's
It
just,
baffles me.
that proves right there that that's our addiction telling us that, and
Mhm.
not the actual grief and feelings that we're
Right.
going through. That tells you right there that there's people who go through the same shit
Yeah.
that don't get high. So that's just reinforcing that that's our disease. That's what we have telling us that it's okay to get high. It's not really the feeling and the thing you should.
So the question, the real question is, where did it all start from then?
Chicken or the egg.
You know,
Right.
where did it all start from then? Because prior to that, we've had issues, but we didn't use before. So where did it all start? You know, these are like real questions. Like people probably want answers to. Like, hey, you know, I fell off my bike and scraped my knee, but I didn't go get any drugs. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So that's some stuff that we're going to be working on next to try to get some real good answers to. Like when I was a kid, I fell off my bike, I broke my arm. I didn't go use drugs. They put a cast on it, and I went about it, you know. And they gave me Tylenol or ibuprofen or
When
something.
your homeboys was meeting up on Fridays and Saturdays in the park to drink and smoke joint, you was there.
Ooh. Yeah, little small things like that, right?
As kids, might got a sprained ankle, but we ain't take no pills or nothing for it. But during the week, we would all, we gonna meet at the park 8:30 Friday. That might have been a bunch of crew, but it was only a weekend thing. It wasn't an everyday thing.
Right?
So where did it start?
Yeah,
That's a good one. That's a good answer.
good answer too.
How much time you got clean, brother?
A couple of years.
Let's give it to him. All
Right.
right. God bless.
You know, my man back there, yeah.
Sis, how much time you got clean?
So-
Yeah.
It's April 15th.
All right. God bless.
My brother right
Brother
there.
man.
Since August 1st.
Oh,
Hey, all
hey.
right. God bless. You wanted to say something? Kiki,
No,
right?
I can't remember. Kitty.
Kitty, right. Okay.
You
All
thought
right.
about that, Derek.
It's okay. It's our group. This is our group. This is our group, not my group. This is our group. Listen, I asked a question at Recovery Centers of America last Saturday. I said, do we use out of pain or pleasure? Is it pain or pleasure? I started with pleasure.
Wound up being that.
I started with pleasure. I started with pleasure. Come on.
Even when you're younger on the New Year's, when you get that certain age, you're allowed to get a little bit of wine. But
Right.
until that certain age, you still bring a sparkling cider.
Yeah, I don't know.
To to a certain age, your mom like, no. When you get that certain age, your mom might let you get a little cheers with the wine.
Okay. All right. See, I see. Come on, sis. Come on.
Okay, so what I wanted to say was, what if you grew up, like, I grew up Irish Catholic, and when I was younger, 'cause I mean, I did 15 years for counseling and everything like that, probably more than that, but me and my sisters would sit around the table and if they had a problem, well, it's the Irish, they drink for for the problems, they drink with the funeral, they drink when the baby's born, and that was the way I was raised like that, you know what I mean? So it was difficult for me trying to understand why, in fact, I wanted to drink in the first place.
I
You know,
think,
because there's
like-
usually something behind that.
Right.
Right.
I think personally, I can only speak for myself, but I think that a lot of people suffer from certain different kinds of mental illnesses, and we experience drugs when we're growing up, and they make you feel better, or, they make you feel good.
Right.
So we misprocess that in our brain, we're like, oh, well, because of my mental illness, I'm saying, oh, well, drugs made me feel better. Maybe if I take the drugs, it'll make this pain that I'm feeling go away. So,
Not knowing the consequences
Right.
later on down the
and
road.
then by the time you're hooked, it's too late.
Yeah.
Come on. Thanks for sharing that,
Good
bro.
stuff.
Come on.
Yeah.
And I feel like it starts at home. You notice you grow up, go to all the family gatherings, all the old age, smoking weed,
Sipping a little
drinking
beers
gin,
left in the
playing cards.
bottles.
Like, it starts at home.
Okay.
In your environment, more likely. The environment you are in.
Curiosity,
What's your
correct?
name?
Javante,
How much time you got clean?
167.
All right.
Right.
All blessed.
Mine was curiosity. You know how your uncles and stuff would leave that little bit of beer in the bottle, and then you would go around and you would take a swallow of it, or you see a little cigarette-y thing. Because I remember right to this day, elementary school, we on the playground behind the batters thing, smoking a cigarette. Now look at me now, I smoke like a chimney cigarette.
It's crazy. I started smoking cigarettes at an older age, but when I was younger, my brother, these cigarettes, he be blowing them and be happy as shit. Man, I blew one of them, never again, you hear me? That dipper, boy. I said, this nigga really dipping.
How much time you got clean in New York?
Like 7 days.
Hey, all right. All blessed. Come on, Drew.
Mine was pain,
Uh-huh.
and then I was traumatized, and they put me on mental medicine, and it was Adderall, Xanax, etc. to start me off at 8, and then that just led into everything else. So been a long battle, but I got over 4 months now. So.
Hey,
Right,
all right,
right.
Drew. God bless you. Come on, sis.
Listen.
What's your name?
I can relate to Danielle.
Hey, Danielle.
Hey,
I can
Danielle.
relate to the curiosity thing. I think that's definitely like how, curiosity kills the cat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, because I was young when I started experimenting and whatnot, but to answer the question out of pain or pleasure, I'd say both. Especially on the end of this run, like it didn't matter whether most of it was like just quiet in the brain because there's so much going on and I'm like, wow, you know what I mean, on the inside, but like girlfriend back there said, like when you're raised in an environment, I'm Italian, so like salute, like that's where it's at. So I don't think anybody intends on that, but like going back to like the times where my parents were raised, like in the Depression and whatnot, like they didn't know no better. Like they drowned their sorrows in their alcohol. They, you know what I mean? Or it was a celebration. Oh, the more the merrier. Like they didn't understand what addiction was back then. So like it's that cycle thing. But I would say both because like I think because of the heritage, the learned behavior. And let's face it, I'm an addict. I don't need a reason. I'm just high.
People still don't understand addiction today.
They don't. That's
We're
why they're
starting to
still. That's why
understand
we're
addiction
still
today.
sitting in facilities like this. They're still trying to, like you're saying, trying to master like where's the pinpoint. At some point, I think like it was learned behavior. You know what I mean? We learned to do it. We just like what. Like they don't know what it is. All they can tell you is that it's a chemical imbalance, but they can't tell you anything else about it. So like it's always going to be a science. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion.
But on a higher scale, for me, Fridays, and look, this is like my man said back there. Fridays was get off from work, drop the tailgate, and drink 12 beers.
Right.
Where I come from, drinking was socially accepted.
Yeah.
Anything else, no, we're not effing with you. But on Fridays, at the end of a hard work week,
That was your
we
reward.
drop the tailgate, we
Right.
all get together and buy a case of beer, and we throw them back. Not knowing that later on down the road, it was going to be a whole issue, you know, later on down the road. Go ahead, brother.
My name's Chad.
Chad.
For me, it was for me.
Mm-hmm.
I knew the consequences of what was going on with drugs because you see it, your family members, you see it out in the streets. Now, for me, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna front. I took a snort, I fell in love. I ain't gonna say I liked it, I fell in love. That's my drug of choice. I got a man sitting right there in New York, no. You know what I'm saying? It's not
No, ain't no indictments. Don't worry about it. No indictments.
I knew what I was doing. I knew what I was getting myself into. You know what I'm saying? It was just, I couldn't hold accountability once I started doing it, becoming an addict. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm an addict. I didn't think I was an addict because I do it whenever I wanted to.
Right.
I'm just doing me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't give a fuck if it hurt you or anybody else because I didn't think of it that way. I'm thinking I'm just hurting me. So, you know what I'm saying? That was just me.
Hey, man, ask y'all a question. Y'all remember that old commercial?
One quick question. You know what's crazy about him? We made him the way he is. Because you know why? One word. Functional addict. No, but you know what I meant to say, right? He wasn't getting high every day. I know this man.
Okay.
He wasn't getting high every day. He has to work to get high. But the problem was when we gave him the okay to tell him, yo, you cool. It's cool.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? He would have never got this far. I know this man.
So the question is this such thing as a functional addict?
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. And that's the worst one, though.
Yeah. It's like a closet smoker.
I think there's such thing as an addict.
No,
with a
closet
job.
smoker, no. Functioning smoker is he's basically telling you it's cool to do it.
I'll tell you that there's such thing as an addict with a job. Like I know I was a crackhead who smoked crack in the bathroom at my work. Like that's as functional as I got. That's as functional as I got. And then ultimately I robbed the boss. I got fired.
Closet jokes.
So
I was the worst one. I was a closet user. I had to go through too many hoops to get high.
I learned this as a child. I heard two people arguing. One of them was getting high and the other person wasn't getting high. And this is what he told him. He said, "Why are you hiding?" He said, "I don't hide shit I do." He said, "That's how you know you're wrong, because you hide."
And you go through so much when you're hiding it. You got all these middle people you got to deal with, and it seems like before you know it, you done spent twice as much getting high than you did if you just went out on the corner and bought. I'm not giving y'all the thumbs up, but I'm just saying you end up doing twice as much because you're hiding behind
most
that.
of the time, like when I thought I was hiding it, people just had already knew and just had given up and didn't give a shit. You know what I mean? They already knew I was high. They just stopped calling me out on it.
All right, we got this man here. Then this
And if you think about it, like how long has NA and AA been around? 100 years maybe?
No.
Drugs have been around for thousands of years. So there's probably been people that have been addicts, our grandparents, our great grandparents might have been addicts, but they processed life still. They went through life still as addicts. So we only now are coming into a generation where we can recover and live life without being an addict. You know, our grandparents, our great grandparents didn't have that support system. They didn't have none of the AA stuff. So there's probably been functioning addicts for centuries.
Mm-hmm.
But we are just now starting to understand.
We got functioning addicts in the White House right now.
Right. You know what I mean? So, it's a lot of socioeconomic.
That's right.
Placement, there's a lot that goes into it, but, we are just starting to realize all this stuff now. you know?
Because the Indians passed the peace pipe back in the day.
Right.
And that was way before man even settled.
That grew from the earth. They ain't put no baking soda and no.
Opium.
They put up next to it.
Coca leaf do too.
Huh?
Grow from the earth, the
What?
coca leaf.
Right.
Coca leaf grow from the earth.
Right, you can make the same
All
argument.
stuff does.
Coca leaf grow from the earth too.
You can chew it, but you can't smoke it.
Coca-Cola used to put cocaine in Coca-Cola when they first made it.
I like you just showed me something right there. I don't even know you showing people they pay attention. You're patient.
Oh, we got this person here.
No, like for real, like.
I'm like,
That's
where
what
everybody
right there.
Yeah,
I'm done doing this
I
shit,
watch
too.
you.
This is a patient
You
man.
got real good patience, man.
Yes,
You
sir.
are.
God bless you, man.
You
God
are,
bless.
you're
Yes,
patient.
I'm ready around the
And they don't
door.
understand what I'm talking about. Because every time you
Oh, hold on, we got
Everybody all over the place.
we got
Change your cycle of what you're doing. You got to put yourself around people that want the same and like how you expect. See, my choice of drug is alcohol. Wake up, brush my teeth, go on the popping. To the time I go to sleep, fasting, I drink 3/5 a day, no cap. To myself, finish the first one at the liquor store by 9.
That's a lot.
Finish the first one by 12. I'm back down there, motherfucker, by 2. Finish that joint by 7. I'm back down there before they close at 12.
Damn.
Like,
That's a lot.
You ain't blew up.
like, but how you feel post? You have to like, if you want to quit that, you can't hang around motherfuckers that's doing the same thing you're doing.
Absolutely.
You gotta put yourself into a different environment with people who's not doing that, encouraging you. That's not cool. You're killing yourself. You're hurting yourself. To lift you instead of bringing you down with them. Oh nah, we just get high. People think it's okay, and it's really not. But to each his own. Everybody got their own shit they gonna do regardless.
everybody's journey is different.
Here we go. And there's another thing right here. Desires produce decisions. Decisions leads to patterns. Patterns leads to consequences. So if I don't like my consequences, I gotta change my what? My patterns.
You think change your thinking.
Change the patterns, change my decisions. Like you said, thinking. And it starts with what? My desires. I've been using drugs for 7,300 days. I've been clean for 5,840 days. So I got more days dying than I do what? Clean. I'm a forensic ghetto black Kojak, right? Meaning I like to go, I'm like a spiritual scuba diver. I go beneath the surface. When we talking about our assignment this afternoon was about healing, all right? And we're talking about a lot of us got to heal from what? Who been cheated on. We're not talking about drugs. Anybody been cheated on?
Yeah.
All right. Anybody dealing with what? Abandonment issues. Okay. Anybody dealing with what? Death of loved ones. Anybody dealing with what? Abuse, mental abuse, sexual abuse, financial abuse. How about religious abuse? Somebody dogmatic, trying to force you to do something that you don't want to do. Betrayal of a loved one, betrayal of a best friend, poor decisions, old mindsets, right? Dereliction, incarceration, and trauma. This is at the roots of what? Why we use drugs. And if I don't go here, then I can always use and make excuses because this right here is painful. This is my Pandora box. These are my secrets. This is my Achilles heel. This is the reason why I'm in a treatment for season after season for the same goddamn reasons. Playing here, damn it, we die out there. So I relapsed 8 times to get 16 years. So I know freedom ain't free. But if I want to get free, if I want to get liberated, if I want to get spiritually stimulated, work need to take place. Prayer is number 1. Who praying here? All right. Pray for deliverance. Pray for help. Pray for guidance. Pray for wisdom. Pray for acceptance. Pray to get through.
Don't pray for money.
And when you pray, do you meditate when you pray? Is that important?
Absolutely.
All right. How about number 2? Patience. Who's working on patience? Is that important?
You. No, but you did good. I'm gonna explain something right now. Just look.
Yeah.
When we first started
Yes,
this
sir.
group right here,
Yes, sir.
that board was empty. It was full,
Yeah.
but it was empty. He had those 3 words in there.
Yeah.
And you had to, you had the pencil, right? I'm here to watch you. You like this. Every time you wanted to say something, they cut you off. This one you hold tight. This one you run. And listen, every time he wrote this, he popped it.
like that.
He wrote something. Every time you, like, I can see it in your face, but then look, he would get mad, but he won't shoot. He'll shoot on this. That's like a way for us to keep clean. She said it. She just said it. She writes something, put it in the bag. Joe, you just did it.
I
You can do it here.
I know how to write.
Looking at him.
He peep game.
I mean, look, you got patience. You'll go to point at the board. He'll say something. You wouldn't even get mad. You just start. I said, oh, okay. And then you start writing more and more and more and more.
Good example.
Yeah,
He right, New York. He right. Patience, right?
Patience is crazy.
I was on fire. I'm always on fire to talk. But thank God for help.
Get some water.
Right? So I can come up for air, right? Because I'm not a walking encyclopedia. I don't have all the answers, but I come for help also. All right? So 2 heads, 3 heads are always better than 1. All right? Come on, sis.
I've my group knows I have a little boy with autism, and he has taught me so much. He's so beautiful, and he's taught me a lot about patience. Because not because I have to have patience with him. I have to have patience with him, but he has had to have patience with me. Not, I mean, because of my addictive issues, but to understand him. Like he types, right? He can't speak, but he types, and I have had to. He's had patience with me because I've had to learn how to adapt to his communicative ways. Like, and it's taken me time. Like at first, it was like whoa, like I couldn't believe we didn't know that this kid could type. We thought there was like an intellectual deficit. Like we didn't know that he was like how you and I are, like that he was smart. And all this time it was like a fine motor thing. He just couldn't pronounce words. But he said, I live loudly in this body. I was like, whoa, like we couldn't believe it. But like he's had this boy has taught me a lot about patience because I've watched him have patience with me. So it's a beautiful thing. I learn a lot from my son.
Very good. Patience. That's awesome. All right. That's important. But another thing too, New York, our job is we will facilitate us to what? To promote dialogue. In spite of what I want to say or what God prepared us to say, it's basically for y'all to speak up. Because some people never share. Yeah. And that is priceless when you see somebody who never share start to share. You know what I'm talking about? Someone who cries when they never cry. Who mind their business when they never mind their business. Right? Because those who run from themselves is always in somebody else's business.
Yes.
Right? Because there's too much pain there. That's why it's easy to smoke weed because I'm not dealing with this. It's easy to shoot dope because I'm not dealing with this. It's easy to get drunk because I'm not dealing with these issues. So I got to stay in prayer. I got to ask my higher power for help. Then I got to be patient when the help is coming because God works through who? People. Everybody understand that? Some people don't like people. Anybody here don't like people? Okay. Right. But it's the one that you don't like is the one who's here to help you.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes.
Absolutely. Right. Because the one you like be the one that throw your ass under the bus.
Yes.
But sometimes the one that you don't like is the one who can teach us something, right? Because they ain't going to sugarcoat your mess. Because they had nothing to lose but tell us the truth. Your breath stink.
Right.
Okay.
Come
on, Miss Sharon.
And it's easier to create chaos.
Say it again.
And it's easier to
create chaos.
Than deal with what it is that you need to deal with. Like, here we go.
Yes. Okay.
And some people create their own chaos.
Oh my God, it was so bad.
All their focus. And then they don't have to deal with their recovery.
Okay. How about this right here? Perseverance. Who have drug dreams? Okay. Hold on. All right. When we trying to heal, we gotta what? We gotta have perseverance, right? That means we can't what? Go back to what we always did. Who gotta submit to what? To the program. Do you know how to submit to the program? Anybody know how to submit to the program? NA is a program. AA is a program. Anybody go to church? Any Muslims in here? Anybody Buddhists? Submit to that program. That's a good structure. When we deal with the structure, it helps us stay what?
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
When we deviate, what happens?
Crash and burn.
Very good. How about when our surroundings is not unhealthy? Who leave here go home to hell?
Setting yourself up.
Very good. Who don't reach out and pick the phone up?
Setting yourself up.
All right, we gotta what? We gotta what? Tell them. Who here don't like to tell on themselves?
Setting yourself up.
Who gotta put out blunt in your ashtray in your car? Listen, I went. Look. I gotta see whenever we come do groups. I gotta remember when I had 1 week clean, when I had 30 days clean. When we had 16 years clean, sometimes it's hard to understand what you're going through. But I cannot forget what it took me to get where I'm at. So it's not easy to be what. First of all, I couldn't recover on the streets. I had to go in. Anybody hear that? For me to heal, for me to change, for me to be a different, better man, I had to go in. That's just my story. Because on the streets, it was too many what? Distractions. Because everybody I hung with, places I went to, everybody using. And drugs was what? All over the place. And I wanted to stay clean, but I wanted to get high. I wanted to surrender, but I wanted to get high. I want to be better, but I wanted to get high. And I always chose
To get high.
To get high. And it was hard for me to what? Heal or get better what I suffer from. Because I would not submit to what? A program. How about surrender? Do we surrender every day, once a day when we get ready?
Every day.
Why is that important to surrender? Anybody?
That keep the disease off your back.
Without a doubt.
Keep you in a good connection with God. Or a higher power, I should say. Everybody serves different gods.
Say it again?
Right, because I did. I won't surrender. I keep saying I'm doing this to get off probation. That's first. Because I have reservation on some real shit. Like you were saying earlier, I keep thinking that I can do this the right way. You were saying that earlier. You know, I just want to be done with probation. And then I'm gonna get high again.
So you gotta put some other things in place so you don't concentrate. Because a lot of people do that. You're not the only one. You're not the only one.
The honest to God truth. That's the truth. Because my counselor asked me today, you know, like, what do you want? And basically, really, I just want to get the fuck off probation. You know, I've been doing this for a year. And I love my counselor. I like coming here because it's people. You know, the other place I was at, it wasn't no people.
Gotta find a bigger purpose. A bigger purpose than just probation parole. You gotta find that bigger purpose, the reason why you wanna stay plugged in.
The only person who can find it is me.
Right, absolutely.
You know, true. I just had to put that out.
No, it's fine.
Not bragging or anything.
No,
you know,
a lot of people deal with that, miss. A lot of people come into rehabs and programs because I want to just get off probation. But then something clicks in some people's head and they have an epiphany.
Surrender.
Yeah.
We gotta surrender, y'all.
Got to.
Gotta let go. When we surrender, we gotta let go. Come on. Come on, bro.
I used to tell, like, you know, part of your addiction, you manipulate people, you lie to people, you cheat, you get what you want. And like one time I was getting high, light bulb went off, and I was like, the only person I'm lying to is myself. The only person I'm cheating is myself. The only person I'm manipulating is myself.
Yep. That was what she just said. Chaos. We bring our own chaos. I used to bring my own chaos. No one brought chaos to me. I brought my own chaos. I searched for my own chaos. You know what I mean? But then when I couldn't no longer handle the chaos, I started blaming that chaos on other people. And then when I ran out of people to blame, then that's when I finally had to take responsibility, and I didn't like the feeling. You know?
Come on, sis.
I got something to say because, you know, I was just a young girl growing up, angry, went through a lot of shit, you know. So when I had to challenge to deal with the shit that I've been through, I want to smoke weed now. You feel me? I ain't started smoking weed till I was like 19. You know, I had my first drink at 23.
Late bloomer.
So I don't feel like it's just, I feel like it got a lot to do with the mental because I mean, yeah, I walked around with an attitude and shit, but I wasn't using. it was like once now I had to challenge and deal with the shit that I've been through. That's when I wanted to, you know, I needed something to calm that anger. You know, I am always mad. This, that I've been holding on this for so long, not really saying shit to nobody about the shit I'm going through or whatever. You know what I'm saying? All right, I see everybody else smoking weed and shit. You know, let me see what this like. All right, yeah, I love me some marijuana. It keeps me calm. Like I'm so angry right now. You know, I ain't even say how I was to Miss Sharon. I'm so sorry. You know, I'm not ignorant enough that I was just angry a little bit, and my phone did ring. You know, I didn't have to be like that, but I need my weed. Like it keeps
You need it or you want it?
me.
Want
I
it.
told you I need this weed.
Again,
You see me on weed, I'm like, oh my God, you're so nice. You know, I'm calm. Like, you know, my mind thoughts.
So
it's
you
slowing
made
down
it
a little bit. Right now, it's like it's
Yo.
running fast. Like
You won't believe it.
So now it's a dependency now, right? So now you're using it now as a
But that's
dependency.
not fair.
But I'm just saying.
That's
Now,
not
so
fair.
sometimes we use that stuff as dependency.
I just to keep me like.
But it's
like
good
calm
for
and-
anxiety and stuff. And she's
Because
saying for
if I don't got it, I'm just
But
I
it's
got
she
attitude,
wild.
I'm angry. I'm pissed the fuck
You hear me?
off. Like
You got your weed
you-
card yet?
You give her a jump.
no.
no guarantee, girl.
You be like,
No
yo,
guarantee.
now you gonna start questioning her. Yo, you alright? I'm dead serious. A whole different person. She's cool, calm,
When she
clean.
smoke.
I had a buddy
taking
like
care
that.
of kids.
I had a buddy like that, so I understand.
Yo, it
But I
really
just
works
had
for her.
to ask
It
you,
really
did you
works for her.
need or you want? Cause my buddy was the same way, and
She
he didn't
need
have,
that
of course,
trouble.
he didn't have no program, but
I'm telling you, like right now you don't understand. Like in my thoughts, I want to keep it a bean. When I leave here, I'm like, I'm gonna be in there. But
She
I
honest.
know I can because you know, I just want to be done, so I could go back and do what the fuck I was doing. Like, so I sit around people that smoke weed so I can smell it. So there's nothing wrong with that, is it?
yeah, it's like going to the barber shop. Eventually, you're gonna get a haircut. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that is bad.
Same scenario.
Yeah.
You're either pregnant or you ain't pregnant, right?
But you gotta find something. You gotta find something to substitute that feeling.
All right, so then I be cleaning, right? And I like to use all the cleaning products.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dear.
Yes.
I'm just saying,
What's your name?
Estelle.
Estelle, right?
I live 3 doors. They used to live 4 doors away from him. You hear me? Man, why the fuck you do all that car locks? It's her. Yo, what the fuck? Y'all gonna kill me? It's her. 3 doors down.
Yeah. But you know, for me, how much time y'all clean?
Just for today.
Give it to her, y'all.
Right.
Y'all good.
Definitely got to find something, Miss Estelle. Estelle? Estelle? Definitely got to find something that intrigues you. Something that is bigger than the weed.
All right, I stay in the shelter, right? And when it's 6 o'clock in the morning, I smell the weed. Why? Because the dispensary right across the street. So I go
Right across the
outside, I sit out there. So I
Chester-
smell it.
Well, you right in the belly of the beast.
On 291 by the taco place.
Oh yeah.
You right in the belly of the beast, huh?
I mean, shit, I'm trying to run from it, but it be running after me too. It tags me, I'm hitting it.
Thank me, said that's just.
She said it when she first started talking though. She said I'm angry because of all the shit that happened to me. in the
Yeah, so
past."
if I gotta deal with my mental shit that's going on, that would make it's like shit. You know, first I was just walking around dealing with it and just angry. And like I said, that shit came along, I smelled it in the air and it had relaxed me.
Go to sleep.
You know, I
They go to
went
sleep. But you know, cause look, that's like it's like when you married to drugs, you divorce drugs, then it's a hole in your soul. And some of us we fill it with what things instead of what a higher power. For me, you know what calms me down? Cause this is a beast here. Like Shirley Caesar, James Cleveland, gospel music. That's for me. Some people take walks. Some people travel. Some people cook. Some people do with their kids. Some people go shopping. Some people window shop.
My thing.
You know what I'm talking about? Some people have sex. Some people exercise. Some people at the gym. You find something? They find something to replace.
They need some kids come on.
You follow what I'm talking about? But I understand where you at. You follow what I'm talking about? But if you can't be around people who still smoking for you to smell it, or doing chemicals to make you smell it, to take you back, because that's the trick of the enemy. You follow what I'm talking about? It's like we gotta separate from that behavior altogether, and that becomes a grieving process. And a lot of us, we don't like that. You follow what I'm talking about? Because now we gotta feel it, deal with it clean. He said you have issues before the weed smoke. That's a lot of anger. Now, layer by layer, piece by piece, element by element, prayer is the beginning. Journaling is another situation. Praying is another situation. You got to learn to deal with your issues sober. And that's the challenge. And the enemy uses our what? Our past, our trauma, our hurt, etc., for us to what? Keep using drug use as an excuse to escape what we're dealing with. Some people take meds, over-the-counter meds, for anxiety, for depression, and they don't work. Not for everybody, but for some people. And now they got side effects.
Yeah.
So now I have depression. Now I'm taking a pill. Now my penis won't work. Now I'm really depressed. Because when you don't want to struggle, you'll cut corners. Let me say that again. I don't care who. Well, whoever in here don't want to struggle, we will cut corners. You know what I'm talking about? So desires produce decisions, which create patterns, which give us what? Consequences. So if I don't like the consequences, change my patterns, where my decision making will change because of what? My desires. All right? But God bless you though, sis. All right? You are where you're supposed to be. Hopefully you work on praying another what? Coping mechanisms other than what? Weed smoke. Because we do calm people down. I know people who will kill us smoke weed, and guess what? It was peace. You know what I'm talking about? So I don't want to make commercials out of that, but that's true. All right? That's why they got municipal cars. You got a municipal card?
No, I'm trying to give me one now.
They smoke legally. Come on, what you say? Oh, wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute. We still in group. Hello. Huh? No. No. No, we ain't talking about that, all right? That's what we used to do. That's what some people used to do. You know what I'm talking about? Listen, recovery is a change of what? Old ideas, attitudes, and what? Behaviors. All right? The new her is going to fight the old her. Did everybody hear that? So the new her is trying to what? Do something different. But the old her say, no, I'm satisfied with what we've been doing. But she don't like the new woman, don't like the what? The consequences of the old her. So they're going to go to war inside of her. So whoever she feed at the end of the day will grow. Whoever she starved to death will die. And that's the war.
Spiritual warfare.
And that's the warfare. And a lot of us, we feel uncomfortable doing that. You know what I'm talking about? Like some people that sell their bodies just to get one more. I know, exactly. But in Kirkbride in West Philadelphia, one of the girls in that, when cigarettes was illegal for the building, they was selling their bodies for cigarettes. Yep. Sleeping with security officers for a damn cigarette.
It was happening at Eagleville too.
That's crazy.
It happens at Kirkbride, happens at Eagleville.
Yeah. All right. Okay, we cruising. That's the right time on the wall right there? What time, Miss Sharon, what time they done?
It's 12:26.
All right, come on, let's keep moving. Prayer, meditation. Number 2, patience. Number 3, persevere through all storms. I don't give a damn what's going on. We should not be trying to get what? High. Everybody hear that?
Yes.
Number 4, submit to a program. Submit to your higher power. With the submit comes loyalty.
Right.
How about surrender? We got to surrender every day.
Right.
Not to smack nobody back to Kensington.
Right.
Or back to Africa. You got to be bigger than words. Who got road rage in here? Yes, you got to think for another person, all right? Let it go. We got to let go so we can grow. How about forgiveness? Is that easy said than done?
Yes.
Yes.
Who's the first person to forgive?
Yourself.
Very good. Awesome. To heal, we got to forgive ourselves. Who know what we did out there is not who we are in here?
I do.
Now, that was bad English. But what we did out there is not who I am. Do everybody understand that?
Yes, sir.
I'm a criminal. Drugs made me become what? A criminal. But I'm not a criminal by nature. I am a godly man, right? So I'm not this. I'm this. This is Dirk McKnight, but this is what Dirk McKnight did. This is not me right here. Some of us come in here like human pretzels. We think what we did is who we are. And it'd be hard to, for what? Forgive me.
They're behavioral symptoms. It's not who we are.
It's something that we did.
Yeah.
It's important that we what? Separate the two.
Right.
All right? Forgiveness. How about crying? Who cry to heal? Why is crying healthy?
Just to get it out.
Just to get it out. Very good. How much time you got clean, Queen?
My drugs, 8 years.
Uh-huh.
Drugs, 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Prescriptions, 8 years. Talking. Is that important to talk?
Yes.
Miss Sharon can't read minds. All right? I can't read minds. We got to what? Talk. Very good. How about not to attack? Who been hurt so you attack? You got a tendency to attack people. Yeah. You've been hurt. You got a tendency to be what? How about verbally sarcastic with the tongue? Who got swords in their mouth? Machetes. You can slice this table right in half. Come on, I haven't heard from you, sis, right here. Come on, what's your name? Yes. What's your name?
Dory.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
All right. You through hurt. So you being hurt. It's easy to attack people.
You know, I'm just sarcastic in general.
You are?
I don't do it like to be hurtful.
That's who you are. How about somebody take it the wrong way? Will you apologize?
Yeah, I don't mean to be offensive to people.
Okay. Just like she was a big woman and apologized to Miss Sharon. Yeah. Okay.
I thought that was good.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Good sign of recovery right there. How much time you got clean, sweetheart?
I don't have any time clean. I'm not an addict, so.
Okay.
I know.
Oh, you hear about the courts?
What's that?
The courts?
Yep.
All right. Would you? I mean, I don't want to be too personal, right? But whatever you did to get here, do you stop doing that behavior?
Yeah.
How much time you got that?
2 years.
Hey, give it to her. All right, go. Because addiction is more than drugs. Is that true?
Yes.
Who are the sex addicts in here? Think about sex all day long. Nobody is sex addicts? I wanted to go to Sex Anonymous. I was going to definitely relapse on that one.
Yeah.
All right. For those who've been hurt, still broken, it's easy to what? Attack people. And we got to stop attacking people. Because what? We've been hurt and we still need what? Healing. Start setting boundaries. Why is boundaries important? Got to set boundaries. Why is that important? Anybody hear that? So my crew still using, I can't use boundaries. You in my house, but you not putting back food. Boundaries. Now you blind like Stevie Wonder when the bills come. That's why they make shelters. Boundaries is so important. How about social boundaries? What's your name again?
Hallie.
Hallie and Courtney and Holly. Courtney and Holly, friends. They get so comfortable now. They stop being Courtney and Holly. Right now they what? Bitches. Hey, bitch, how you doing? How you been doing today, bitch? Yeah, your hair look good, bitch. I like them shoes, bitch. But soon they get mad at one another. Now you call me a bitch?
But they call me all week.
But they call me jail bitches already. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. But it took for them to get angry to understand that the word is what? Offensive. Everybody catch that? Yeah. Social boundaries. I don't care how comfortable me and DeAndre get, it will always be respect. Same thing with Dash. Everybody hear that?
Yeah.
Some people get so comfortable they start getting disrespectful. And that's called social what? Boundaries. Very important. When we talking about what? Healing. All right? Financial boundaries, social boundaries. How about insight? Who got insight on you been hurt, on your person who hurt you? Or the chaos that we created? Like Miss Sharon was talking about, what DeAndre was talking about. Do you have insight? Who go in the past? Who live in the past in your lives? Why is that dangerous? Always in the past. Who know you got to stay out the past?
Because you ain't going to go nowhere, brother. I mean, you stuck.
What does the past do to your present? What it does to the future? Very good. Keeps you at a standstill. Very good. Who goes to the past for reference? That's the best important. The last time I hung with her, I had to go to the clinic.
Yeah. That's why you keep it in the rearview mirror.
That's reference. Hey, you hear that? Last time I stood on that corner, that whole block got locked up, and I did too. Yeah. Reference. Yeah. Okay. I don't go to the past to what? To live there. It's just for insight and for information, for reference. Very good. All right. How about this right here? Step work, meetings, H&I commitments. Who's involved with that? Why is that important? Step work, sponsorship, meetings, H&I. Why is that important? to continue the process of healing. Anybody?
And to find out who you are.
To find out who you are. Step
What
work.
you're suffering from.
What you're suffering from. Step work. Sponsorship. H&I commitments. Come on, in service.
No. Look, you know what's crazy? That's why I'm gonna go for this right now.
You know, you gotta find out what the core root of why you.
Yeah, I got you already know.
Okay, very good. Core issues of why we use. Pain or pleasure. Honesty. Who's working on being honest? Who still want to get high? Who still want to get drunk? Who still want to sell drugs? Because legitimate money moves too slow. Anybody? Okay. It's not a witness protection program, all right? I don't work for the FBI. He's not a confidential informant.
Not yet.
And I'm not wired.
But almost all of us are on paper. You know what I'm saying?
I understand that, right? I understand
And
that.
so it's like,
You can't incriminate
yeah.
yourself. I understand, but my whole point is be honest. Be honest. Listen, recovery doesn't begin until we get what? That's real. Stay in the day. Why is that important?
When you start projecting, you'll compensate, try to overcompensate yourself, and then you'll become angry when those things that you
Don't take
put in place get reached. So then we again, bam, use over our feelings and emotions because I was not able to accomplish those things. So everything should be achievable, even your goals.
Everybody hear that?
That's why he said small goals.
Right. Y'all, everybody got goals in here? All right, very good. Did that help you stay clean?
It's helping me every day.
Very good. Did it raise your esteem when you accomplish your goals? Did it raise your esteem?
Absolutely.
Very good.
By doing all that, it does help me, but yesterday was a rough day. But I just used my coping skills and my football. Unfortunately, the Eagles lost.
Yeah, I was mad as hell.
Okay. All right, thanks for sharing that, sis. Hey, who here still need healing? Everybody still need healing?
Right.
Come hear from you. Yes. What's your name?
Doris.
Doris. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. You good to be glad to be here?
I am very glad to be here.
All right. Okay. You got strong aura with you. Your presence. I mean, your voice, your vernacular. I mean, sounds strong.
Yeah, when it's ready, I'll take it all this in right now.
Very good. Where you from?
Media.
All right. How much time you got clean?
2 weeks.
Hey, give it to all y'all. 2 weeks. Come on. Come on. Healing.
Come on, brother.
Healing.
Calling on you.
Yeah. Healing.
Got to heal. What you need healing from?
From being hurt.
Okay. Who hurt you?
My family.
Okay.
And my friends.
Okay. Do you know why they did it?
Because they had to look out for themselves.
So looking out for them, they hurt you.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody hear that?
You sometimes hurt people.
Ah. Okay.
Like selfishness.
So the question I want to ask is, they did that to you. How are you processing it though?
I'm just doing day by day.
How old are you?
24.
Young man.
Young man.
Okay. Do you still love them?
Yeah.
Do you understand that hurt people hurt people?
Yeah.
All right. Very good. Do you know, like somebody says, family are more dangerous than strangers?
Yeah.
Family, yes. Yeah, a lot of times they are. Okay. All right. Can you love them from a distance?
Yeah.
Have you set boundaries?
Yeah.
Very good. Are they firm? Planet?
Yeah.
Very good. Do you fear them?
Sometimes, yeah.
Ah, they be okay. All right. Okay. What you afraid of? They might beat you up.
I might just get thrown on the street.
Okay.
Mm.
We know a guy who burned down half of 69th Street. He put a Batman cape on.
Yeah, we know it.
Yeah, he got some family members heard him. He put a costume on. He put a Batman suit on and started setting 69th Street on fire. Then he did 13 months in prison. True story. Yeah.
Watch that man that cape.
Yeah, you heard about that? Yeah, the guy had a Batman suit on. Hey, my man, let's bring it back, y'all. Let's bring it back. But my whole point is, hurt people. You know what I'm saying? Understand that they've been hurt. Like my ex-wife, she really did me in. You know what I'm saying? She verbally disrespected me, my mother, my brother. She's a good woman, funny, educated, smart. you know what I'm saying, good lover. But the dark side of her was pain. But the part of her what? She was real in pain. So she what? Threw darts my way, right? Real hands-on, abusive, verbally and physically. So I had to realize it wasn't her, it wasn't me, it was what? Her. So I had to realize that God said, whenever you what's your name? Herbert. Whenever we got a why in our lives, WHY, with no answers, we can have what? Resentments. And it makes it hard for us to what? Forgive them. Sometimes we get the answers for our whys and still holding on to what? Resentments. If you're prideful, that means that pride stands for primary reason I die early. Because prideful individuals, they live in vanity. They've got egomaniacs. So a lot of us are narcissistic. A lot of us bite the hand that feeds us. A lot of us are closed-minded. A lot of us tell help how to help us. Pride. A lot of us have all the goddamn answers. Some of us are like Joe Pesci from the Goodfellas. We can dish it, but we can't take it. Because we're prideful. And pride keeps me what? Using. A humble brother or sister will come in and say, my hands is up. I'm tired of getting high. And start to talk about it. So you're talking about it. She influenced you to talk about it. I'm glad you exposed it. So, because sometimes we run for cover.
Are you afraid to stand on your own? No.
I know how he feels though, because if he has a disagreement with his family, he'll be thrown on the street. I'm in the same situation.
Well, that's why I'm asking you, are you afraid to stand on your own? No. You're not afraid to stand on your own? No. So then now this is where you have to utilize your therapist now at this point, where if it gets that critical, where you have to stand on your own 2 feet, then you can ask your therapist for the support and your peers, hopefully, for the support that can help you build your self-esteem so that you're able to go in and say, look, no more. Enough is enough. I know my self-worth. I know my value. And I know I can do well. I have a trust in God. Can y'all get me someplace I can go so that I can be able to start to live? So I can start to live. Not live with other people, per se, where you got somebody dictating to you, but somewhere where somebody can encourage you, strengthen you, and give you the ability to be able to go and stand on your own 2 feet and help you build your foundation. Because sometimes our families help break us so that we're not able to stand on our own, because some of them are already broken and they don't want to see someone else rise above them and heal. So sometimes you may have to step out of that comfort zone that you're in with them to be uncomfortable. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes we got to get uncomfortable to be comfortable. So that might be something you might have to revisit with your therapist. Like, yeah, get me out of that.
You look. They're helping you out there. You take advantage of that.
Right.
Just try to throw it in your face and all that. That's why I vowed since I had my own place, I will never go back to my mom. I'm 27 in December, and I had my own place since I was 18. God willing.
Good.
And I held it down. I still have it to this day. And I can get a number to you. They got some rooms for rent, $500 a month. That's not bad.
Anybody hear that?
Can I get that from you, from my ex-husband?
And just have faith.
I can send it to Miss Sharon because when I get home, I have to take a picture of the side.
Yeah, okay.
You hear me, Herbert? You gotta have faith. You gotta have trust in your God, of your understanding. Have faith and step out, bro. You're 24, so now you're no longer a child. You're an adult. So at some point you're gonna have to say, God, I need you. If I never need you before, I need you now. Right. So I need you to help me make this transition. You see what I'm saying? My man.
How much time you got clean?
2 days.
Hey.
All right.
Great job. Stay in the day. How about who got faith your life will get better? Faith without works is what?
Dead.
Very good. Sis in the back, I seen your hand. What's your name?
Michelle.
Miss
Hello,
Michelle.
Miss Michelle.
How you doing? Can faith help us heal?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
And faith, I talk to God every day and every night.
Amen.
Okay.
That's my best friend.
You better know it.
Okay. How much? What you doing here? What was you? You do drugs? Used to? Okay.
Crack cocaine.
Okay. All right.
Beer.
And beer.
You're like substitute teacher.
Are you done with that?
Yes.
Very good. How much time you gotta clean? Give it to
All
all. More bless. And the last one, y'all, is always what? We leave with love. Love. It's a powerful element right there. Everybody working on loving themselves? Who we haven't heard from? Come on, over this corner right here. You see your head? All right. Okay. All right. How much time you got to clean, Mike? Give it to her. All right, Mike. God bless. Come on, sis, right here. What's your name? How you doing? You need healing? You need healing too? In what area? Everywhere. Okay. You know the answers for your problems?
No.
You don't know where to start? Do you write them? Write them down? You don't?
I should though.
Journal.
Yeah, journal helps. All right. How much time you got clean?
Like 2 weeks.
Hey, all right. All right. Anybody else? Everybody good?
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Group, do not leave. I need to talk to you for a second.
All right, y'all. We love y'all.
We love y'all.
See y'all in 2 weeks, y'all.
All right.
Who woke us up?
Who woke us up? God. Grant us serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. God's will, not ours, be done. Amen.
All right, y'all.
Right. Thank y'all. Right. How you doing?
Drew, what's up, my friend?
Nothing much. All right, brother. Keep it clean.
You look well, man.
Yeah, get that.
Yes, sir.
I'm about to start working it out, making it. I can go for my 2-pack of gas.
I got you. Oh, yeah. $2-pack right here, bro. The mother walking and bike riding.
I think you got your time. Doing well, brother.
Drink all day, hit all day.
You got a regular tank there, huh?
No, I'm not. No,
My turn a band. Ain't no regular.
Chad, hey, Chad.
What's your name?
DeAndre.
Sure.
All right, so
Did you guys
Yo.
know about
Yo, Joe. How you?
peer
I'm doing good.
specialist?
Good.
How to become a peer
yeah.
specialist, yeah.
Put down, check
And
down.
write down your number.
Okay.
Because I wanted to talk to you about the t-shirts and stuff. You
Right.
said you wanted to.
Yes,
You said you
need
wanted
your help.
to. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I
That's
got
good.
you.
Okay.
I got you.
Where
Yeah.
you put it at?
Yeah, put it here.
I'm
I
still
use a
messed
couple
up.
locations that, okay.
Put it there.
Okay, got mine in right here.
Yeah.
All right. She do t-shirts.
So that
Yeah, I do t-shirts. And I have a couple
Take
artists.
care, man.
I have a couple artists who could work out like logos and stuff. We'll talk.
You'll give a card there.
Yeah.
Give us a couple of them made up and we can take a look.
Yeah.
No purchase.
Yeah.
I know I will. Dirt will.
Because I want to get back
You
into
will.
designing
Dane
and
will.
stuff. I used to
Day.
have my own my own label. Like I would do like custom like jackets and like t-shirts and stuff. I made a vest for Lil Wayne. Like I did a lot of shit like that back. This was like 12 years ago. But if you Google me, it's alcoholic with an H. It's alcoholic. If you Google me, you can see all my old designs and stuff.
Right that down.
What was it?
Yeah, here.
Put it on the back. Yeah, right
Here.
there. Yeah. Keep on asking for certified peer specialists. Villanova, Penn State. Think we should go check the Board of Mental Health. You in Chester or where you at?
I'm in Glen Mills.
That's not too far from here?
No, that's
Well,
closer to Delaware.
All those.
Oh, Glen Mills?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'm thinking about something else.
You check
So that's Delco. Like with Delaware, what, Delaware County or
Yeah, yes.
Delaware County?
Yes, I'm Delaware County. It's by George Hill. It's in.
Oh, George W. Hill?
Yeah, it's by the jail. That's where I live.
Okay. But that's still within the
It's by
Philip City
It's by the
range.
jail. It's closer to Wilmington though. It's closer to Wilmington than Philly. It's like it's still Delaware County, but it's closer. It's right on the line.
I'll get you some information on
Yeah.
it. Because I'm going, because I know my program where I'm at, they offer certified peer specialists.
Yeah.
Because I was one. And I'm getting ready to get back in.
Yeah, like how much? Like what? How? What do you have to do to?
Well, first you gotta have a diagnosis.
Yeah.
course, we got diagnoses already.
Yeah.
And then some of them require some volunteer work. It all depends.
Right.
Everybody's criteria to get certified
It's
fit
different.
specialist is different.
Right.
Now, if you're paying out of pocket, you probably can get a class very quickly.
Right.
And that's what I'll look into for you.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. But
And
I
since you're in
want.
a program here, they don't have the connections to get that.
What here?
Yeah.
I do this for my PO.
Well, I understand that part,
I don't
but
know
they
about
also
that.
have resources.
I don't know.
that
I'm
can
in. Listen,
connect.
I'm in this place with really no permanent therapist. I'm in another place with no therapist. I swear to God, I go to one place for my medication. That's that.
Well, we'll
This
find out for
place
you.
is just a shifting therapist where we don't know who's permanent. And I've been here for about a month, and I don't know what the deal is with this place.
You just continue doing what you're doing on that, and then
Derek
we'll get some
knows. Derek knows
information.
I've been popping up for the past 10 years here and there. Derek knows I'm a frequent flyer.
I'm a frequent flyer.
I keep coming up to the surface for air like periodically. I'll get my ass to the surface for air, and so I'm like a buoy. I keep popping up at the fucking surface, to the surface like a buoy.
But I'll definitely.
I need to do something. I need to start helping people because I think that's what's going to keep me clean. You know what I mean? I can't just keep it to myself.
Yeah, you just gotta find out what works for you.
Yeah.
Kind of just like me. That's how I am.
I'm 37. And like this shit has not been fun for a long time. I can't even remember if it was ever fun. But it's been a while. It's been a while.
It may have started out fun at some point.
At one point it was.
Like I really
then
thought
it
I
went
was
off the
this
rails.
crazy. Like I really thought like I was living like Jimi Hendrix. Like, but I don't even play fucking guitar. Like I was wearing like a long fur coat all the time, eating acid. I had like big platform boots. I'd taken out the trash like that. Like who lives like that? Like who lives like that? I was so fucking crazy. Spin Magazine came to the house to do an interview with my ex-husband. He's a performer. He's a rock and roll musician, and he's real big over in Europe. So this man, thank God, all they said to me was that Mrs. Liebling, was disconcertingly sleepy-eyed. That's all they said about me. I was so fucked up. Spin Magazine, and they printed that.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that fucking embarrassing? With a big 2-page spread, with me and my husband, a big 2-page spread. Thank God I was clean for the picture.
Did you keep the article?
Yeah, it's online. It's online.
Okay.
Don't tell anybody else. There's a fucking documentary. I'm in a documentary on Hulu.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
Put that
pregnant
down.
with my son. Look up this documentary here.
Her and Valerie do well together.
Oh yeah, Valley's hyper too. Y'all get mad you didn't have it.
This is about my ex-husband and I and
Just pull this in. Last days here.
yeah, look up this documentary. Look it up on YouTube or Hulu. I think Hulu's still playing it.
Oh,
I don't
Hulu?
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be on Hulu.
You get any residuals?
Oh, he gets residuals. He gets residuals out his ass for he gets. I'm a residual. I'm a fucking residual for his old ass. You'll be like, this bitch is crazy. He's 70 years old. He looks like Captain Hook. He's got like a big mustache. He's like my best friend though.
Yeah.
He really at this point it's been like 14 years, and he and I get along really really well. Like he's a good dude. He's actually clean sober now. He did 17 months in prison, and he came out like a totally new person. He's Jewish, and now he's just like an old Jew, and I really like him that way. I like him like he's a
Cool,
good
calm, and
dude.
collected.
He's cool now. All he does is just sports betting. He plays the ponies, and that's it. Like let him play his little fucking ponies. Like at 70 years old, like you can have that. He was smoking crack since it was free base. Now he plays
going
the
back to the
ponies.
80s. Damn.
Now he plays the
That's
ponies. Like that, let him have the
Yeah.
ponies. As long as he's not smoking that shit.
Right on.
He still perform?
Yeah, he was just in Czech Republic.
That's where the
shit
money
like
at
that.
overseas.
He brought home some little wooden elephant.
No, Eagleville, you can check them out. You call Eagleville.
Yeah, I was
they-
just there. I was
Okay.
just
'Cause they,
as a patient.
places like that, they need certified patients. They
Yeah,
probably
they
know
do.
where to go.
They're a mess there.
Villanova, Penn State. You go, oh, Drexel Hope. Check Drexel Hope.
Yeah, I was there. My roommate shot crystal meth the entire time there.
At Drexel?
No, in Eagleville. I
Yeah.
finally had to say something. I
In the
had
room?
to. Yeah, that girl was gonna fucking die. I was like, I gotta say.
How was she
something,
getting
dude.
it in there?
She, they had a kickball, and they would fucking kick the ball over the fence. It was filled with drugs. Really, they had a fucking kickball.
That's the old Eagleville. When
No,
Einstein.
I was just there like 2 months ago.
Okay, that's the new.
Eagleville.
Yeah, they remixed it.
No, they remixed it.
Yeah.
It's different. It's different now.
It look like a whole college campus out
The
there.
men's ward is like it's just like the block. Like they run it like a block. Like you go there and buy drugs. Like it's fucked up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucked up. You can get clean anywhere. Like, but
Who's the person you think we should talk to at Eagleville? Anybody we should ask for? That who cares about the people? That's the person we need to talk to.
Talk to Miss Cat, the black lady who works on the
that was at
not the
Burke.
men's unit, the mixed unit on the top floor. Talk to Miss Cat.
Okay, Miss CAT Cat.
Yeah, talk to Miss Cat. Yeah.
What building is that? Is that the one? Is that Levy?
No, they don't call them like that anymore. It's
That was in Birch.
It's
Birch is all men.
C2
Okay.
Birch. I'm now like confusing it with Kirkbride. It's not Birch. It's the other one. It's the other building, and it's on the top floor. The co-ed building, but on the top. You ask for Miss Cat, they'll know who I'm talking about.
You know the number over there? I just gotta Google it.
Just Google it.
Miss Cat.
Yeah, talk to Miss Cat.
Okay.
Yeah.
She
I
know
like
you?
Miss Cat. Miss Cat will remember me.
Okay.
Yeah. Miss Cat will remember me.
All right, now.
Thank you, my dear.
Take care. All right.
Yes, gentlemen. What was she giving away that I missed? She probably, God knows.
Oh.
What was she saying?